Well, hi guys. It's day 3. Might try to hook the disc up here after a bit. Went on a parts run to get some parts for this thing this morning. You'll notice I took the tires off, mainly because of, severely dry checked, and they're only 4 ply. And I put the 750/20 single ribs I had on here. And you might ask yourself, why did you do that? Well, I put these on just to hold it up. I had actually taken the drill tires here with me, and I took these two 8 1/4 20s with me to a tire shop to get them to mount those on here so I could put them on this. Guess what? They wouldn't touch them. They got dry check in them. Said they're not allowed to mount any tire with dry checking. Now, I'm as easygoing as the next guy, but this is getting a little ridiculous. He said all they could do was take them off the rims at $25 a piece because of the size. And I said, no, I'll just take them home. Don't worry about it. So in the near future, I will be mounting those tires on here unless I can find the 2 or 3 750/20 truck tires that I saved years ago just for this reason. I got to go back to the other barn and dig them out, more or less, find them. They're in the barn back in the back. Yeah, I really couldn't believe that. Just because it had a little weather checking, they can't mount them up. I guess all of us guys that have old tractors and old equipment are just going to have to start buying all brand new tires. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get them mounted up unless we do it ourselves. That's getting to be quite a joke. Yeah, it really is. There are several of the press wheels or gauge wheels, those two, these two, and I think those two have new bearings in them. And really discovered something interesting about the disc openers on this thing. They are made to be greasable. The original ones. If it's got the original disc openers on it, you have to take the press wheel off or gauge wheel off. There's a little cap on the end. You can unscrew it. You can put oil, heavy oil, or John Deere sold a 1-pound can of grease that you could put into those colders or disc openers, whatever you want to call them. I thought that rather funny when I seen that last night. I had a couple on here that were stuck. Took the little cap off, sprayed some PB Blaster, let them sit for a few minutes, got a hold of them, worked them a little bit, and then they spun free. I let them spin, took the grease gun, stuck the end of it in there, and started packing it. And they roll just as free as a breeze now, like this. So that's one I had never seen before on these, didn't know about on this drill, that you could actually do that. And that a lot of the parts for the 8300 drill are the same as the 1560s. I don't know. There's a whole list of drills that a lot of these parts are interchanged with, which I didn't know either. So I've learned a lot in the last couple of days about a drill I've had for 30 years. But here in just a little bit, we're going to get the my Oliver out, get it hooked to the disc. I'm going to try the disc over there, but before I do that, I'm going to hook the utility to this drill and take it out behind the barn and test it out and see what happens. So if we do, we'll get a little video of that, as you know who would like to say, video. So we'll be back here in a bit, guys, so hang on. It's gonna be a long day. Well, hi guys. I said I was gonna hook her up. Pulling it's no problem. It'll pull it with, that's not an issue. The issue is the hydraulics. It doesn't have, it'll just pick it up, but it doesn't have enough pressure down to take this rod and engage the slip clutch. Everything else is working. As you can see, the disc openers are all working and it's all doing what it's supposed to. However, the shaft across wasn't turning because the cylinder won't retract far enough. I have a feeling I am going to have a problem with that single rib tire. Not what I want to see, and if I run over a bean row, it's guaranteed it won't come up. So I may have to do some thinking on that. But as far as everything else was working. You know, all the openers are turning, all the gauge wheels, all the press wheels, everything's working. And that was hit once with a disc, just one time hit it, and it's beautiful. I'm praying that across the road breaks up like this did. Try it here where it's not disced, and get up here a little ways, and you can kind of see now. Let me get over here. It was putting them in there. It just doesn't have, this Oliver doesn't, the hydraulic pump's shot. I was hoping this would work, but apparently it's not. And even in the ground where it's not worked, it's leaving a pretty good trench from that single rib. Have to do some quick thinking on this. Another one of those odd stones I find. That's a creek stone. Yet I find it in this field. Odd. But at any rate, guys, yeah, I really wanted this to happen. I really did. I even went to all the trouble to drop the hitch down to where it's, the drill stayed level. And you can see it is pretty level looking across it, but the utility, the hydraulic pump's out of it, and it just doesn't have enough force to push it in the ground to engage the dry shaft for the feed rollers. Seed cups. I'll get it out of my mouth yet. So it looks like other Oliver will be planting, like it or not. And I'll have to change that hitch again. Oh, yippee skippy. Oh well, we gave it a try. That's all you can do. But this little girl is going to get pulled in this winter, and it's going to get gone over. If I do everything, it'll be probably get a clutch, get the pressure plate checked and redone if it needs it, the long shaft for the PTO, the clutch pack, the hydraulic pump, and clean the rear end out because it is nasty. While the hydropower is out, it'll get seals put in it because it's leaking. And the hub on the flywheel for the PTO shaft, that's got to get changed too. I really wanted this to happen. I really wanted this to be the planting tractor for a lot of reasons. It looks pretty cool. And that drill makes it look little. At any rate, guys, I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to go across the road and see if I can disc any. So I'll be back here in a bit, and I'm going to be thinking about those wheels. Thinking if I got anything else here that might work. So we'll be back here in a bit, guys.